A law is only as good as the people who are carrying it forward and carrying it through.
On June 23, 1972, Title IX was enacted. And Title IX was passed as part of the Education Amendments of 1972. The law reads, "No person in the United States shall, on the basis of sex, be excluded from participation in, be denied benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any education program or activity receiving federal financial assistance."
Title IX benefits everyone in that regard, insofar as girls and women, boys and men. The law specifically states that no person, so therefore it's inclusive.
And while Title IX is best known for its impact on high school and college athletics, the original statute actually made no explicit mention of sports. In order to ensure compliance with Title IX, programs, both male and females, must display no discrimination. So this applies to athletic participation numbers, scholarships, program budgets, expenditures, and even coaching salaries by gender. Not only has Title IX been essential in gender equity and equality in studies, it also covers sexual assault and violence.
Alexander v. Yale is really a landmark case in Title IX, and it involved 5 plaintiffs from Yale. They had experienced sexual harassment and in some cases even sexual assault at the hands of a teacher and a coach.
These women at that time spoke up against sexual harassment.
They sued the school for essentially not having any kind of process. There was no mechanism at Yale to handle their complaints. There was no one to go to.
That's just sort of a level of leadership, right? Leadership sometimes comes in different facets. So you are either leading from the front, sometimes you're leading by example. Those women did exactly all of those things. So they were willing to sacrifice self, sacrifice esteem, to be at the forefront, to say, hey, raise a hand, say this is not appropriate, this is not right. And unfortunately didn't actually win the case. However,
the legacy of the case is still important. It was the first time that a court accepted the argument that sexual harassment was, in fact, sex discrimination under Title IX. Equality in education required that they were not harassed, right? That they were not sexually assaulted on campus. And we're still dealing with these issues today. From that ruling, Yale put in place a process. Most colleges followed suit across the country, and really it was the precursor to the current Title IX coordinators that every campus has.
Their duty is to oversee that Title IX is not being violated and to answer all questions pertaining to Title IX.
You do have a voice and to use it. Sometimes that means alone, and hopefully more often it's, in concert with other people, but it's important to speak up.